Welcome, everyone. What if I told you your entire life doesn't change in the morning? It changes in the last few minutes before you sleep. Because the way you end your day decides how you begin the next one. Tonight isn't just another night. Tonight is a reset. Chapter 1. The close of day, the first stage of relaxation, breath, and gratitude for the body. The day has set. The final rays of the sun have dissolved behind the horizon, and the silence of the sky, shifting from blue to deep black, is spreading all around. I pause this time for myself. This is that moment of the day when the world asks nothing of me. The ringing of my phone is quieting down, and my to-do list, whether complete or incomplete, is now postponed until tomorrow morning. In this moment, I am present solely and exclusively for myself. This is not selfishness. It is a necessity. It is the fuel that will allow me to move forward again tomorrow. I rest my back against a support or I lie down. I let my hands and feet go limp. I notice how tightly clenched the muscles of my jaw are. I command them, release. I realize I am furrowing my brow, perhaps due to the day's concentration or irritation. I give that relief as well. I close my eyes and let my breath be my guide. The morning breath brought energy. The evening breath arrives to unburden me. I take a long, deep breath in, and as I exhale, I let out a long "hoo" sound from my mouth. This sound is not just air. It is the accumulated heaviness of the entire day leaving my system. It is the stress of the crowded commute, the pressure of the office deadline, the sting of a family comment. I repeat this breath 3 times. Each time I exhale, I visualize sandbags sliding off my shoulders, scattering on the floor and dissolving into nothingness. Now, I bring my awareness to my feet. My feet carried me today. Step by step, they took me to my destinations. I thank them. I feel the slight ache or fatigue in the soles of my feet and silently say, "You did a great job, now rest." From there, I move the light of my awareness up through my knees, my thighs, my lower back, my abdomen, my chest, my hands, and finally to my head. I gently tense each body part for a moment and then release it completely. This process is called progressive muscle relaxation, and it signals to the body that the fight or flight state is over and it is time for rest and digest. Thank this body once again. Whether I listened to it today or ignored it, it remained faithfully with me. It never stopped the heartbeat. It kept the blood flowing. It repaired its cells. This body is my most precious instrument, and as I end this day, I am filled with gratitude towards it. Chapter 2. The day's accounting, a review without self-criticism. Now that the body is relaxed, I open the door of the mind. I sit like an observer and watch the film of today. This film will not run at high speed. I will watch it scene by scene. First, the scene of waking up this morning. Did I act according to my resolutions today? Perhaps I had planned to wake up early, but I turned off the alarm and went back to sleep. Immediately, my mind will say, "See, you are lazy, you will never succeed." But I stop that voice. I am a neutral observer, not a harsh critic. I say, "Yes, I turned off the alarm. Perhaps I slept late last night or my body needed the rest." That is the fact. Only by accepting the fact can I plan to improve. If I keep berating myself, my energy will be wasted on self-pity and guilt, and I will repeat the same mistake tomorrow. I recall my conversations throughout the day. Whom did I speak with today? Did my words hurt anyone? Did I say something in haste that I shouldn't have? If so, I make an internal commitment that tomorrow I will show a little more kindness and empathy towards that person. I do not think I am a bad person. I think this is one aspect of my behavior that I can refine. Create a map of my emotions. When did I feel anger today? When did I feel inferior? When did I feel envy? I do not suppress these emotions because suppressed emotions rot and become poison. I acknowledge them. Yes, when my colleague received praise instead of me, I felt bad. That is a natural human emotion. But then I ask myself, why? Why did I feel bad? Because I felt my value was underestimated. So does my value depend solely on the praise of others? No. My value is inherent whether anyone recognizes it or not. This thought process takes me to the root of that negative emotion and helps me uproot it. I also recognize my fears from today. Was I afraid of a particular task or person? Fear is like a fog. As long as we don't look at it, it seems vast and imposing. But when we name it and define its boundaries, it shrinks. Tonight, I name my fear. I have a fear of rejection, or I have a fear of future uncertainty. Once named, I ask it, what is the worst that could happen? And then I mentally prepare for that worst-case scenario. When I am prepared for the worst, the fear disappears, leaving only alertness in its place. I celebrate the small victories of today. This is the most joyful part of my review. Perhaps I helped someone today, or I started a difficult task without procrastinating, or I simply smiled at a child or an animal. These are the moments that make life meaningful, yet we often overlook them because we are searching for grand achievements. Today, I take out a journal and write in it, 3 good things about today. 1. Example, I made tea for myself this morning and drank it peacefully. 2. Example, I gathered the courage to respond to a difficult email. 3. Example, I stopped for 1 minute to watch the sunset. No matter how trivial this list may seem, it trains my brain to search for achievement and beauty in life rather than scarcity. This is a powerful tool for neural rewiring. Chapter 3. Salve for today's wounds, the practice of forgiveness. Now, I place my hand on my heart and try to forgive everyone who hurt me today, whether intentionally or unintentionally. Forgiveness does not mean that what they did was right. Forgiveness means that I no longer wish to carry the burden of that event. Nelson Mandela said, "Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies." I stop drinking this poison. I imagine the person who caused me pain sitting in front of me. I look at them and say silently, "I forgive you for the pain you caused me. I know that you acted according to your own circumstances and understanding. I will no longer hold myself captive to your behavior. I set you free because without releasing you, I cannot be free myself." This is an extremely difficult practice, especially when the wound is deep. But I try to do it not on an intellectual level but on a heart level. If I cannot do it today, I do not force it. I simply say, "Not yet, but I am willing to walk the path of forgiveness." Even more important than this is forgiving myself. For the mistakes I made today, the words I spoke, the opportunities I missed, I forgive myself. I see the small child within me who was scared or who reacted in anger. I stroke that child's head and say, "It's okay. We are all learning. You did your best. Now sleep. Tomorrow we will try again." This self-compassion is the true engine of self-improvement. Harsh discipline may make you sprint for a day, but compassion can carry you for a lifetime. Chapter 4. The blueprint for tomorrow, crafting intentions. After reviewing the day and practicing forgiveness, my mind is now clear and light. This is the fertile soil in which I can plant the seeds of tomorrow. But I am cautious. I will not come here and make grand promises again that I will break tomorrow. I will set process goals, not outcome goals. I do not write on paper, "I will finish this project tomorrow," because circumstances may not be within my control. Instead, I write, "Tomorrow at 9 a.m., I will open the project file and work on it for 25 minutes without any distractions." This is within my control. This is an action I can certainly take. And when I complete this small task, my self-esteem will rise, and I will be motivated to take the next step. I visualize my tomorrow like a beautiful motion picture. I imagine how I will wake up in the morning. The alarm will ring and I will turn it off and immediately put my feet down on the floor. I will not scroll on my phone in bed. I will go to the bathroom, splash water on my face, and smile at myself in the mirror. The more vivid this visualization, the easier it will be to execute tomorrow morning. To the brain, a vivid imagination and a real experience are not very different. Tonight, I am giving my brain a rehearsal for tomorrow's success. I also think about 1 or 2 situations that might be challenging tomorrow. Suppose I have to meet someone with whom I do not get along. I plan in advance how I will remain calm. I prepare a code word or a secret mantra such as "This too shall pass" or "I am an ambassador of peace and love." When I am prepared in advance, I do not become a victim of circumstance. I become the architect of my response. Chapter 5. Deep gratitude meditation. Now, I immerse my attention in pure gratitude. This is not just about making a list. It is about feeling an emotional connection to the things I have. I experience gratitude through my 5 senses. Sight, I look at an object in this room, perhaps a book, a pillow, or a picture on the wall. I think about how this object came into my life and how it provides me comfort or joy. I observe its shape, color, and texture and give thanks for its existence. Hearing. I listen to the sounds around me. The distant hum of traffic, the whir of a fan, or the sound of my own breath. This sound is proof that I am alive, that my environment is active. I give thanks for the gift of hearing. Touch. I feel the fabric of my clothes. I touch the surface of the bed or floor I am lying on. Gravity is holding me securely. This touch tells me that I am not alone. I am connected to this earth. Smell. I inhale the scent in the air. Perhaps there is a hint of incense, the aroma of food, or just the earthy smell of the room. This sense connects us instantly to memories and emotions. Taste. I recall the last lingering taste in my mouth, perhaps the bitterness of tea or the sweetness of water. I give thanks for the food that nourished my body today. This sense-based meditation pulls me away from future worries and anchors me in the richness of the present moment. The realization that in this moment I have everything I need is the greatest source of peace. Chapter 6. Closing open loops, the Zeigarnik effect. The human mind has a peculiarity known as the Zeigarnik effect, which means the brain remembers incomplete tasks better than completed ones and keeps ruminating over them. This is why, when we try to sleep, we keep remembering tomorrow's tasks and cannot fall asleep. I address this. I keep a small notebook or my phone nearby and write down everything that is running through my head. Call so-and-so tomorrow. Pay the electricity bill. Respond to that email. As soon as I write it down, my brain transfers it to an external drive, the paper, and says, okay, this is safe. I can rest now. This is an extremely simple yet miraculously effective technique. After writing on the paper, I tell my mind, this task is for tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Now is not the time for it. Now is the time to sleep. Chapter 7. Welcoming sleep. The final instructions to the subconscious. Now I prepare to sleep. I move my phone away from my bedside or put it on Do Not Disturb mode. Blue light suppresses the melatonin hormone essential for sleep. I dim the lights in the room. I turn onto my side and listen to the rhythm of my breathing. I leave one final, gentle command for my subconscious mind. On the threshold of sleep, our conscious mind begins to rest and the subconscious mind becomes more receptive. This is the time when planted seeds germinate most rapidly. I do not repeat complex sentences. I simply slowly, synchronizing with my breath, repeat, sleep peacefully, and wake up with renewed energy. My body is healing. My mind is clearing. Tomorrow will bring me luck and clarity. I do not do this as a prayer or a magic spell. I do it as a psychological tool. It directs the reticular activating system, RAS, in my brain, instructing it on what kind of opportunities and thoughts to filter and bring to my attention tomorrow. As I repeat these words, my eyelids grow heavy. Every part of my body relaxes. I am not holding onto anything, neither the pain of the past nor the anxiety of the future. I am simply present, floating in this peaceful darkness. Epilogue. The final night prayer. O divine presence within my soul, O creative power of this universe, whatever this day was, I surrender it at your feet. I am grateful for what I learned. I accept what I lost. May those I hurt receive the blessing of forgiveness. I have released those who hurt me. Now I entrust my consciousness to your lap. Protect me, grant me restful sleep, and wake me tomorrow morning to become a better human being.